G'day guys, welcome back to the channel. Here we are doing our AFL tipping for round 19. So let's have a quick look at round 18. Last week I got 5 out of 9 and Flashcrow got 7 out of 9. He's absolutely killing me in the tipping at the moment. But if you like the video, please like and subscribe. And also make sure you go over and show some love to Flashcrow. Look at his great content. He does a lot of gaming content and it's really good stuff. He releases a video every day. So let's have a look at what happened in round 18. So we had a really close game between the Bulldogs and the Swannies. Swannies showed a lot of pluck to get Horses 300 game up, but also Bevo was also playing his 200. I think Western Bulldogs should have won that game, but the Swans definitely got there in the end. Bulldogs are definitely struggling at the moment. With the talent that they have, they don't want for anything. I don't know why they're not doing better. But anyway, good win by the Swans. Then probably the game of the round, Melbourne coming back from 26 points in 7 minutes to beat my team, the Lions. There's no disgrace in losing to Melbourne at the MCG. They're very dangerous. They're probably, I think, the #1 team in the competition. I rate them highly. We should have won that game. We didn't, but we should learn from that. The Pies dismantled Fremantle, as we thought that they would. Fremantle just don't have the firepower for Collingwood. So good win by the comp leaders again, the Pies. They're on fire. Suns had a really good win against St Kilda. St Kilda are hanging on to the cliff. So I think they're just about to fall off the cliff. Carlton had a really good win against Port Adelaide. Port Adelaide didn't show up. Everyone's talking about Carlton coming back, getting back, doing everything that they need to do, changing their game, all that sort of stuff. That's just a one-off. Port Adelaide rested 7 players. Well, apparently rested. Apparently they were injured, but I don't think so. I think they were just resting them, getting themselves ready for the finals. So Carlton, don't read too much into that one. Geelong had a really impressive win against Essendon. After looking at Essendon 2 weeks ago and how well they played, Geelong Cats absolutely destroyed them. Beware, the Cats are back. They've gone from 15th 6 weeks ago. Now they're already up to 5th. Alright, so they're going to cause some headaches in the finals. Adelaide had a very poor performance against the Giants. Well done again to the Giants. They've actually been playing really well the last 5 weeks, so now we're up to 5 out of 6 or something. The last 6 games, they've won 5 games. Great. Hawks, too good for North Melbourne, as we all expected. North Melbourne are hopeless. And then Richmond took care of the Eagles, as we all expected, because the West Coast Eagles are hopeless. And if it wasn't for the West Coast Eagles, North Melbourne would be under the pump. Big time. Let's have a look at the ladder. Collingwood, by far, 3 games in front of the Lions, 1 game in front of Port Adelaide, 4 games in front of Melbourne. So they've already got their 15 wins. So that assures them top 2. So if they can get another 2 wins in the next 6 weeks, they're definitely going to finish in as minor premiers, and they deserve it. They've been playing awesome football. Port Adelaide are starting to struggle a little bit. We'll see whether the Lions can catch them. A couple of big games coming up. Melbourne is starting to get their game back together, putting Grundy back into the Magoos. Definitely seemed to help Gorney. Again, if you go back and have a look at the game, there's a couple of really key clutch moments that Melbourne had. Most times that wouldn't happen, but anyway, they did it, and so they're still scary, and that's what can happen in the finals. So good teams always have a way of winning. Cats are back, like I said. St Kilda have got to be extremely careful because look what we've got. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We've got 5 teams on 9 wins, and 1, 2, 3, 4 teams on 8 wins. So St Kilda could drop from 6 to 14, 13 with 1 bad loss. But they do have a really good draw. I think they're playing Hawthorn, they're playing North Melbourne, and I think they've got West Coast. So they've got the 3 easiest teams. But the way that they're playing, I wouldn't be trusting them. Bulldogs are also under the pump. They can also just easily drop out or stay in. They need to have a good win. Essendon are sneaky, like I've been saying for a couple of weeks, but their last effort was terrible. GWS are pressing on the door. Carlton are pressing on the door. Richmond are still pressing on the door. Crows are falling off. Gold Coast, if they can have a good win this week, might push the door open. Swannies, still not too far away somehow. I don't know how that's possible. But if the Swans could win the next 6, well, that'd put a lot of pressure on to a lot of these other teams. So let's go and have a look at round 19. Now, I think this is probably one of the best rounds we've had this year. Every team, every game, every round or every game is a like-for-like team. And I really don't know, so I'm just going to flip a coin for every single game. So, will Essendon show up? Who knows? Will Western Bulldogs show up? Who knows? So what I'm going to do, let's do the left side can be heads and the right side can be tails. Western Bulldogs should win this game, but who knows? I don't know which team's going to show up, so let's go Bulldogs. So tails for Bulldogs, so let's go Bulldogs by 3 goals. Okay, that's how I'm going to do the whole round because who knows what's going to happen. I'm not going to do it on this one. I think Richmond will beat Hawthorn, but who knows. So we've got heads for Richmond. Tails, we're going Hawthorn. Hawthorn to have an upset over Richmond. Carlton, West Coast Eagles at Marvel. Alright, I've got to go Carlton there. But, fuck it. Let's do West Coast Eagles. I keep spinning tails. Lions and the Cats. You guys know that I'm a Lions supporter. But let's just keep going. Geelong. Fremantle and the Swans. There's no way in the world Fremantle can win this game. The Swans are coming. It is at Optus Stadium. Swans. Alright, now probably the game of the round at Adelaide Oval. You've got Collingwood going to Port Adelaide. It's going to be interesting to see how Port... I wonder whether the resting of their 7 players last week was just for this game. I think it might be. I think Ken might have been hiding a little rabbit in the hat. But again, who knows? Jesus, how many tails is that? I should play 2 up. Alright, Collingwood to win that one. And now we're going to Manuka Oval, Giants versus Suns. Extremely important game for the Suns. Extremely important game for the Giants. Manuka Oval is always about the weather. It's either a scrappy game, it's either freezing cold, or it pisses down rain. So, let's do our... Jesus Christ. Have I got 2 tails on this thing? Nope. Or I gotta go Suns. And I didn't mean to do that one. Okay, Melbourne, Adelaide at the MCG. Melbourne are a good team. Adelaide Crows need to fire up after their pretty ordinary performance last week. if Gawn has a game like he did, Viney had a game like they do, Petrarca kicked. See, that's the other thing about the Lions game. Melbourne kicked 5 goals in 2 minutes or something stupid in the first thing. But for majority of the game, Lions controlled the game. Adelaide need to take away their firepower. Do they have that ability? Tails again. So Adelaide Crows. And our last one on Sunday, St Kilda versus North Melbourne. There's no way in the world North Melbourne can win. But let's see what... Hey, finally I got ahead. Alright, so there we go. We'll save those changes. So all upsets except for Bulldogs should win. Hawthorn is an upset. Eagles is an upset. Cats is an upset. It's pretty hard to beat the Lions at the Gabatoir. Sydney should win, so that's not an upset. Collingwood is not an upset. Suns is an upset, playing at Manuka Oval against the Giants. Giants are in good form. Adelaide against Melbourne is an upset. And St Kilda, I'm not exactly sold on St Kilda. If they get beat by North Melbourne, we'll see their true colours. So there we go, guys. Hope you enjoy my tips. Hopefully you have a good weekend. Hopefully your team wins. And we will catch you in the next one. See you then.